Thank you.
Hi, my question regards the standards that the state is holding SSA to in regard to the SEPA and the EIS. BP has a calcinated coke operation that has been in operation at the Cherry Point area for more than 20 years. Most of the people in this county never even knew that that operation was there. And the reason is the petroleum industry is held to the BAT and BAP standards, the highest standards of environmental safety. Why are you not holding SSA to those high standards?
That conversation is through the scoping process.
So bring it back when the scoping process is open and record that comment then.
We need to define what the best available technology is, rather than this.
I think that's
I think the state knows what the best available technology is.
Thank you. That will be something you can bring up during scoping. We'll go on to the next question. Thank you. Go ahead.
My name is Bonnie Barker. I live in Van Zandt, and as we know, there are no boundaries in the atmosphere. My question is, and coal burned anywhere is coal burned everywhere. Will there be climate scientists, generally renowned climate scientists, statements that are regarded in the EIS statement, and the possibility of mass extinctions of life forms with climatic or catastrophic climate change? Is that going to be even a consideration?
Again, I think that's primarily a scoping question, and what's the scope of the analysis going to be in terms of climate change. SEPA is broad enough to cover greenhouse gas impacts and climate impacts. Ecology does have some guidance that it's posted on its website, internal guidance intended for its own internal purposes in terms of how greenhouse gases are looked at within the context of SEPA. But in terms of what's the scope going to be, that's a scoping comment that can be submitted during the scoping process.
Thank you. Next.
Hi, my name is Tom Semple. I'm from Bellingham. I'd like to thank everybody for coming here and educating us. My question has to do with the county council. It sounds as if they're limited in the amount of information they can take from me about this issue, at least until after the scoping is done. Does the application, the applicant, are they limited also in the amount of information they can give to the county council?
That's not a question that's part of this whole process. Do you want to? Is that something you can speak for regarding county council?
So let me try to formulate your question. The public is restricted to providing information to the quasi-judicial body, which is the county council, as the applicant has gone through this process.
Louder.
Yes.
That's what I heard earlier.
Yes, the quasi-judicial rules, and again, I would be both to the applicant and the public. So if there are concerns with the county council making sure they hear everybody's voice and opinions on this project, turn them into the record, turn them into the applications through the scoping process. The county council will be very, very informed of the permit decision once they make a permit decision by reading the record that's going to be compiled. That would be my only suggestion to those comments about making sure the council is informed, even though they're the quasi-judicial body.
So then they are limited to what they can take from the applicant?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. We're running out of time, so we'll take one more question, and then I'll explain what other opportunities there are for the rest of you that didn't get a chance to speak in the mics this evening. So go ahead, one more question.
Michael Schneider on the island. This is pretty much the same question as the woman who was just in front of me, but it seems that your EIS is concerned only with the consequences of shipping this coal across Washington and out our waterways to the environment here, and that the consequences to our air and to the ocean of helping China burn 54 million tons of North American coal every year is irrelevant. Is this correct?
You know, you should bring that up during scoping. I don't think that's something that, it's really something that needs to be determined.
I'd like to reiterate that at this point in time, we're starting into scoping. Scoping tells us what to look at and to what extent to look at it. We cannot make determinations about that until we have completed scoping. And I'm speaking for my agency, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. Key emphasis on U.S. Army, we will follow procedures exactly. Period. So we can't jump ahead of ourselves, as other people have said. We have to follow the procedures by step.
So you're saying this will be a valid question during scoping?
Exactly, it is.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, panel. Thank you, audience. It's been a very good evening. Thanks so much. We're going to have an open house now. So there's 5 posters out there. There's Corps, County, State. There's a timeline and the timeline that's over here, and a project site map. The people who are going to be at those stations. Actually, I'm losing you. So there's going to be their area staff there. The other opportunities for giving input include taking this handout. There's an email address on this. So those of you that didn't get a chance to ask your questions this evening, you can go ahead and email your questions to the email address on this handout, and we'll take it under consideration. And the other thing is that we have some note cards out there, and we will, you can write your question on the note cards and put it in the bin. What we're going to do with this is put together a frequently asked question handout, and will be posted on the Ecology and the Whatcom County website. So there'll be a handout in about 2 or 3 weeks that has a lot of the questions you've been bringing up, so that others who didn't attend this evening would also have some of the input from it.